have you talk about it. I'm like, deal.
Our first game on this track had Grand Raggedy versus Chemical City. Grand Raggedy took that with a score 221 to 114. Grand Raggedy moves on. And then right now it looks like there is a little bit of a score difference, 218 to 29 on track 1.
Which is the Killer Crew versus Mid-Michigan.
It is indeed.
And it looks like the Killer Crew. It looks like Killer Crew out of Kalamazoo. I think it looks like they got the lead over there.
I think that they're probably going to end up with that win. They have what appears to be about a minute and a half left in regulation. But we are going to get this game underway as we line up for the first jam.
We will give you the team roster when we have a chance.
Maybe.
Maybe. If you're nice to us.
No promises. This is the Downriver Dollstars and the Irish Hills Bombshells. Irish Hills, of course, in green with the Dollstars in the black with blue lettering. Right away, the Dollstars have the lead.
And Hit a Latte would be that jammer who's got the lead jam, trying to get around the Irish Hills. But she calls it.
Yep. Pressure put on by the Bombshells. Right, a bit of a disadvantageous, that's not a word, but...
That's not.
It's, it's close enough to something I think people understand.
Like you said, it's been a while since you've been on here. So.
It has. It's been a little bit since I've rocked a mic. But that's all right. Plus, my caffeine is just slowly starting to creep into my veins.
I should have followed my own advice and gotten more shots of espresso. I did not do that.
Indeed. Right away, it looks like Dollstar is going to take it again. Otter control. Gets passed up by the jammer from the Bombshells, Hellcat.
Already jam number 3 here for the second game. Now, we did talk about Grand Raggedy winning that last game. They will be playing against the winners of the Ann Arbor C versus Lansing B, which will happen at 3:30 later today. And if you happen to be listening to us, thank you so much for hopping on and watching this.
Absolutely. First time we see with the hidden star.
Yeah.
Irish Bombshells.
Yeah, Monsoon tiptoed her way through that group.
I like that star on the front with the green pattern. It almost looks like an old Army Jeep kind of thing.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I couldn't quite tell what the pattern was.
Yeah. Well, it's like almost like a green Argyle pattern. I'm probably wrong about that.
Right. Zero Mercy just came out of the penalty box and is starting to make her way to try to get back around to get to the pack so she can start scoring some points.
Zero Mercy getting battered around, but it's going to be a full set of points for the Bombshells.
Yeah, that would be Monsoon.
Monsoon almost finding that invisible trap door in turn 2.
Not hearing a lot of communication between the teammates.
It is odd. We do have a blocker for Bombshells heading to the penalty box.
That would be number 85, Ashes the Bashes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a full 2-minute jam.
Indeed. So our current score, Downriver Dollstars 16, Irish Hills Bombshells with 12. as this could be a really competitive game.
And just before this next jam starts, just want to make sure you guys know to check out Modern Skate and Surf. You can check out their website at www.modernskate.com. They are here in the facility in Lansing, so check out their stuff for all your
Definitely
skates.
come by and visit us.
Yeah.
Sour apple pie is being pointed at by the referee. Has control. Finds a path on the inside and picks up 4 points for Downriver.
Looks like Thayer, the Slayer, is trying to do a pass.
An improper pass. Going to deny 1 point, it looks like, unless she's able to pick it back up. We'll see here. Oh, a couple. No, it's 3 points. So, yeah, that or no pass, no penalty. Star pass finally puts some pressure on Downriver. Well, that's going to end the jam as Whammy approaches the back of the pack. But 4 more for the Dollstars.
Oh, got a timeout called by Irish Hills. While that timeout's going on, be sure to stop by Derby Kiss, who's also here at the Mitt and Kitten. They are fantastic skate shorts apparel shop.
You know, I think Shuffle's got the upper party covered for both nights here at Mitten Kitten number 10.
You know, this is my first time in Lansing, Michigan. I've announced all over the place, but this is a beautiful city.
This is also my first time in Lansing, Michigan.
Really?
Yeah. I've been I don't get too far up into Michigan when I do my traveling, but
I've announced several places in Michigan before, but never in Lansing. And really nice. I'm looking forward to trying to get some time to explore some of the places around, maybe some of the game shops or something. We are getting ready to get back as we line up for the next jam. Right now, Downriver Dollstars 27, Irish Hills Bombshells sitting at 12.
Hellcat's trying to make her way through, but the Dollstars hit a latte has made her way through to be the lead jammer for this jam.
Hellcat now out as well to put some pressure on Latte, but Latte going to try to pick up a set of 4 points. Oh! I thought it was Latte that spilled, but she didn't. Sliding through the outside of turn 1. It looks like Hellcat steals 3 points right at the end of the jam.
She had enough control. Safe! Coach from the Dollstars didn't seem to like that call that 3 points were given. Ooh, Irish Hills looks like they're going to have a power play. Power jam.
This could be a big opportunity. The star pass in a power jam. We'll see if Downriver can shut it down. She can't end the jam.
No. So we will be going to the full 2 minutes for this jam for those of you who happen to be watching. She got her 4 points. As Otter Control makes her way back onto the field. Irish Hills is doing a good job keeping out of control from getting points, but she squeaks by.
So unfortunately, unable to really take advantage of the opportunity. Irish Hills Bombshells. They're not letting the Dollstars just skate away with this, but they have yet to find a groove that allows them to catch up. On the inside, it is, I believe, Velma.
Yes, Velma from Irish Hills just got 4.
Nice spin move, slicing through on the back straight for 4 more. So that's going to take a little bit of a bite out of the lead of the Dollstars. 36-27 now, the score.
Those 2 jammer penalties that Downriver had yielded a total of 20 points for Irish Hills. 27 points.
Holding a single skate on the outside. Dollstars once again with the finger in their direction.
Thayer the
Zero
Slayer.
mercy.
Yeah. Thayer the Slayer made away her round so she can start scoring points. But the jam is called.
Right away, out of the gate, it is the Dollstars in control again. Fairly consistent have been the girls in black and blue. As Sour Apple Pie calls the jam, adding 4 more to the score to Downriver. Unanswered by the Irish Hills Bombshells, 44-27. We've not seen a lot of penalties by either side so far. It's been a fairly clean game. We've had a jammer penalty by the Dollstars a little bit earlier. A couple of penalties by blockers as Irish Hills able to take control of this jam.
Yeah, that would be number 479, Mon Swoon.
Mon Swoon has definitely been the go-to jammer, having more success for Irish Hills than anybody else on that side so far.
Yeah, and Mon Swoon currently is getting to enjoy the power jam as the Dollstars jammer is sitting on the penalty box.
Just as we were talking about us not seeing a lot of penalties.
Yeah, two real quick, 1 for each team.
Yep. That's the way it works. It's the announcer's curse out of our mouths and into the referee's ears.
Then maybe we should start cursing some money, because that would be great.
That would just give the referees money.
That's true.
Although that's still not bad.
It's still not bad, because
they
I mean,
could
we're
use
all
it.
volunteers here. So.
That's right, yeah. Another 4 to the score for Irish Hills is Mon Swoon, having a very effective jam. Tiptoes on the outside of the back straight. That adds another 4. 12 points for the Bombshells and a huge, 16 points. The Irish Hills Bombshells are 1 point away from catching the Dollstars.
Really?
44-43.
Wow. I know Seam Ripper wasn't able to score anything on that round. And Eat, Chip, and Die is calling a timeout for the Dollstars.
And they want to put some ice on Irish Hills.
Power jams and scored 36 of their 43 points coming from those power jams.
Yeah, the fact that Irish Hills has been able to catch up so quickly has been a little bit troubling for the
Also,
Dollstars.
remind you, we have the winner of this game will come back.
And just a reminder to those of you who happen to be coming out, it's $25 to watch all the games that are happening today and tomorrow. So be sure to come out. There's charity rafflings going out that's benefiting. It's a breast thing,
Yep.
which is awesome. It's one ticket for $1, 6 for $5 to help individuals that are patients within the 19 mid-Michigan counties. It helps fund expenses that are not being covered by insurance. So
all proceeds will go to It's a Breast Day for cancer patients and survivors.
Back to the line. Dollstars wanting to pad their pillow of points back up.
Otter Control making her way through.
In pursuit.
And
Number
they
12.
are the Slayer.
Yep.
Oh, she did an apex jump.
3 points there with that jump, but she collided with the captain of Downriver, Cotton Candy Princess.
And 0 points for Outer Control.
And the Irish Hills Bombshells have taken the lead with those 3 points, 44-46. You know, I was going to ask you earlier, what does Irish Hills need to do to get back into this? Because Dollstars is putting on a pretty consistent, we've got an official timeout, putting on a pretty consistent run. But that doesn't seem necessary because they've done it.
Yeah, it seems like the start of this has been very, very much a slow game. You know, it depends on how each team wants to. I guess what they're doing is they're feeling each other out, and it seems that Irish Hills has already dialed themselves in to be able to have a huge upswing. Because I mean, what was it, 19 points?
It was quite a bit of a spread. Certainly, momentum is in their favor, and they have to be feeling good about taking the lead after being down the entire first quarter, if you will.
Yeah.
We do have about a little over 15 minutes, well, almost 16 minutes in the first half remaining. Official timeout is over. Hellcat on the line, and 0 mercy.
I think right now for the Dollstars, they just need to get out of their head and get back into the game and don't let this upswing cost them more points. But there we go. We have a lead jammer coming from the Dollstars.
That is
Number 52, 0 mercy.
takes a bump and takes a seat, but only jammer on the track as the Irish Hills Bombshells drop both a blocker and their jammer to the penalty box. So power jam and a minor track advantage, although that's given up immediately as the pivot for the Dollstars takes a seat in the penalty box. 4 points already. And another 0 mercy going to strike back and retake the lead for the Dollstars. at least as it stands right now. Another set of 4. 12 points so far for the Dollstars.
And there was a star pass on Irish Hill's side. Farrell Darrell. She was able to score 4 points before that was called.
That's right. So a net gain of 15 points, so an additional 4 for the Dollstars, 59-50. A net gain of 10 for the Dollstars. But this is turning out to be a bit of a battle. On track 1, current score is 336-42. Not quite as tight of a game.
No, definitely not as tight of a game. Sour Apple Pie made out for a quick lead jammer.
We've seen Sour Apple Pie be able to navigate through the blockers a few times already. Star pass, or a hidden star, at least for the Bombshells.
Got her 4 points, called it before Monsoon was able to score something. Sour Apple Pie's done very well and being able to skirt her way through the defenders of the Irish Shells.
Really has. 63-50. Dollstars look like they've decided to put a stop to the momentum of the Bombshells.
Let's see how the Bombshells can bring that back.
This could be a game of the Dollstars with consistent little cuts, and the Bombshells with big swiping cleaves.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see a lot of. It's going to be a lot of, you're absolutely right, a lot of small numbers coming from the Dollstars with big moves like we just saw here with number 12, Thayer the Slayer, be able to sneak by.
Almost.
Oh, she's going to the box for a cut.
Yep. So tried to get through. But a power jam now for the Dollstars as Latte trying to get past the last line of defense, pushed to the outside at turn 2. And then
her teammate tried to poach a hole through it. It took a little bit, but she got through.
she did. She finally got through, but good job by the Bombshells, eating a lot of time off that clock. In fact, a power failure as the power jam is over.
I think the big thing is that the Bombshells are going to have to start listening to their coach or listening to each other because they are not communicating.
A track cut issued right there at the end, and I think that was on Cotton Candy Princess, the captain. It was indeed.
It was. You caught that correctly.
Captain for the Dollstars. We've got an official timeout. Wherever you are watching this, we thank you. We hope that you share the link with others. We'll be broadcasting the Mitten Kitten mashup here from Lansing, Michigan, all weekend long. If you do have the opportunity to stop by and see the event live, we encourage you to do so. There's a lot of vendors and sponsors, like one we're about to hear about right now.
Yeah, don't forget to check out Slim Reaper Tattoos. They are here in the building. They've got a lot of their merch, not actually doing any actual ink on anybody today, but I was hoping, there's legality issues about being able to sit there, pull out your tattoo knife in a spot like this without
I totally would have gotten a new tattoo today.
You know what? I probably would have as well. Today was payday. So,
oh, yeah.
It
It was for me, too.
Yeah. Gotta love it. And just so that you folks at home know, the winner of this game will be playing the winner of the Killer Crew versus Mid-Michigan, which I think just finished. It looks like the Killer Crew did exactly that and won that game 364-42. So they'll be playing the winner of this game tomorrow. I believe so. No? Oh, no, it's not. We got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
But that's a 300-point spread over there.
Yeah, we don't want to say absolutely. You never
You
know.
never know.
I mean, you know, but still,
Right.
as announcers,
It's
you never know.
You never know. Hellcat.
Hellcat.
She's going to make this power jam work for her.
It's 13-point spread right now. The Bombshells could really use this as their jam, as the Dollstars jammer is sitting in penalty box. So going to take advantage of the power jam to add 4 to their side, cut into that lead of the Dollstars.
Yeah, Hellcat calls it as soon as she saw Candy Cotton Princess coming out along with the jammer number 72, Hit a Latte. Hellcat called that real quick, but I was going to say before it got called, the Bombshells did a great job of covering the Dollstars as fast as they could to make sure that their jammer could get around to get those points.
They absolutely did, and they also stopped the Dollstars from picking up any, so it's now a 9-point spread. Dollstars still in the lead, 10 minutes left in the first half with the next jam underway.
Ooh, there was some toe dancing that you guys wish you could see it from Otter Control. He was able to score that lead. And we've got Farrell Darrell just took a star pass from her teammate. And Otter Control. Yep, just calls
Shut
it.
down the jam and taking away the gain of the previous jam from the Bombshells with 4, making it once again an 11-point spread. If it wasn't obvious, I will state once again, Irish Shells, Bombshells in the green jerseys, the Downriver Dollstars in the black. As you look on your screens right now.
As Jam 16 starts, Zero Mercy is our lead jammer. But I did also want to point out, don't forget to check out hashtag Team Hit Squad.
Track cut by the pivot from the Dollstars. Zero Mercy unable to get through. Another opportunity, but no points for the Bombshells. 2 more for the Dollstars. 69-54. And this is what we were talking about earlier. These little consistent cuts by the Dollstars, not track cuts, but slices into the points. Whereas we see much bigger movements when they are able to score. The Bombshells cutting huge, even taking the lead at one point. Let's see if they can do that again.
Yeah, it seems like Irish Hills is doing a very good job of picking and choosing when they're going to do a major swath on those points. Hellcat is out as our lead, while Sour Apple Pie is going to play catch-up. Let's see if we're going to have that big swath of points like we talked about.
Zero, zero.
0-0.
That's the first 0-0 jam I think we've seen in quite some time.
I would agree. Usually someone's usually been able to get something, but they were keeping Monsoon from scoring anything. Oh, wait, no, that was not Monsoon. Monsoon's about ready to come out, but the Irish Hills jammer could not get through the Dollstars.
You're right, that is Monsoon for Irish Hills on the jammer line. We'll see what Monsoon can do.
We've got Latte for the Dollstars.
That 0-0 jam really makes me excited. These two have really learned each other's offense and defense well. Very evenly matched. Latte currently.
Oh, we've got a fast pack going on here.
Love to see it.
Yeah, try to figure out. You have to figure out different strategies to figure out what's your opponent's weakness. This is the first fast pack that we've seen.
Irish Hills jammer off the scoreboard as well.
Definitely would love to see some more speed laid out on the track.
Carol Darrell and Ashes Bash is out there again blocking for Irish Hills. Thayer the Slayer out there jamming against Out of Control for Downriver.
Out of control. Looking on the inside, forces her way through, takes the knee, but makes it through anyway, and is given control. Out of control, lead jammer. Major pack advantage also for Dollstars as 2 of Irish Hills blockers sit in the penalty box. It goes down to 1 as I speak it.
And Dollstars jammer was just called for a cut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Out of control. Proves to be so. Another blocker for Irish Hills goes to the penalty box. Oh, but no. It might have been an improper pass or a no pass, no penalty. As out of control waved back onto the track, but this is an opportunity now for Irish Hills. 4 points for out of control.
Yeah, she came right back because the jammer for the other team. And
Thayer the Slayer.
So while they're working the walls, just want to let you guys know that Red Run Skate Shop out of Warren, Michigan happens to be one of our sponsors for the Mint and Kitten, along with the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. Gotta think those sponsors. Check them out online and hop on Google and look them up. See what they can do for you.
Yeah, every time you go to a sponsor, and buy something from them, one of these angels on the tracks get their wheels.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that.
I wasn't sure where I was going with it when I started. But
we just had an apex jump by the Irish Hills.
Thayer the Slayer.
I was just talking about in our last game, because I was one of the announcers in-house for the last game. I was like, oh, I do hope I see a couple apex jumps. And in this game, it's been very nice. I've seen 3 so far. An apex jump, for those of you who don't happen to know, it's when you start on one side of the track and decide to leap over the curve and land inbounds to get past the... Hopefully
right.
Get past your defenders. And if you land safely, guess what? You get those points.
We're going to get an official review here. See what this is about.
Yeah. While I have the time...
Okay.
Sounds like we got an official review being used as a team timeout.
Right.
But so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sit there and let you know we've been saying a couple names. We've got the Downriver Dollstars. You got 113 Brawls Out, 153 Tiger Lily, number 26 Seam Ripper, 264 Timber Tantrum, 310 Rocky Wrecker, 314 Sour Apple Pie, 427 Mitch Be Trippin', 41 Squidget, 52 Zero Mercy, 621 Equinox, number 7 Cotton Candy Princess, 72 Hit a Latte, 86 Out of Control, and number 9 All the Way May. That is your Downriver All-Stars.
Looks like this is going to continue. Let's see if I can get through these Irish Hills Bombstars.
Sounds fantastic.
Bombshells. 00 Farrell Darrell, number 10 Lala Rage, number 111 Babezilla, number 12 Thayer the Slayer, number 13 Hellcat, number 1393 Patches O'Houlihan, number 23 Scarlet Maven, number 24 Whammy, number 479 Monsoon, number 50 Hot Mess Express, number 7 Crimson Fury, number 78 Velma, and number 85 Ashes to Bashes. We didn't have a chance to do it at the beginning. Good call. Getting that out now and give everybody their props. Jammers get all the love.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jammers would be nowhere without their pivots and their blockers, so...
Right. This timeout may have been beneficial to the Bombshells. Hellcat immediately out. Both Jammers Oh, they're scoring one. A Zero Mercy also there. Hellcat is going to hear her coach to call it off. Adding 2 more to the score, 78-69. With 2.5 remaining in this half. And can you believe the other game still going on track 1?
Oh my gosh. And that is a very healthy difference in score over there.
It's it's a little bit of a spread. Bigger spread than we have here. 422-52 on track 1.
And Sour Apple Pie has made her way out to be lead jammer.
Yep. Monsoon is jamming for the Irish Hills Bombshells. Star pass. That's Farrell Darrell donning the star. But not soon enough to keep 4 points from being added to the score of the Dollstars as Sour Apple Pie shuts it down, making 82-69.
Seems like the Dollstars are going to continue with that strategy that you talked about early of just scoring little points. I mean, little points add up. So I wonder when we're going to see the Bombshell do the big slam of points that they seem to be capable of.
I just noticed a referee name that I'm going to have to add to my list of favorite derby names I've ever seen.
And which one would that be?
That would be Sam Antics.
Nice.
Yes, Sam Antics is a great one. I've never seen that name before. Doing a very good job. All the officials seem to be doing a solid job so far. Early on, of course, there's still time to be able to question and yell at the officials from our screens.
Latte's going to the penalty box, which means we've got a power jam for Irish Hills.
I was having a conversation just the other day that somebody was frustrated with the officials in a different sport, mind you.
Right.
But I felt like being able to yell at officials' callings from your screen, from your home, is part of the fun of watching sports.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that the officials are bad. It's that is part of the culture of watching sports.
Oh yeah, very much so. Looks like there was this miscommunication. Hita Latte thought that she was called, was not. So she went to the penalty box, did not need to. So when she came back onto the field, she still had lead.
That is halftime. Our score at the half, Downriver Dollstars 82, Irish Hills Bombshells 73. This is a much closer game than it appeared like it was going to be at the beginning of it. I can't wait to see the second half.
I hope you folks enjoyed your 10 minutes. I know we did.
Absolutely. That was a lot of fun. Relaxing.
We will be resuming play with the score. Downriver.
You could probably listen in and hear all the things we were talking about
You probably
during
did.
intermission.
Yep, you probably did. I'll be sure to hop and look at the feed and see what they said.
Yep.
First half, Downriver got beat. Jammer says 15-22. Jams. Irish Hills.
Hopefully, there'll be somebody, if there's any issues, if you're having trouble hearing us or there's something that you would like us to point out a little bit more, please say so in the feed. And then, hopefully somebody will actually tell us. They're the Slayer out first. Irish Hills Bombstars first in control of the second half. They do trail by 9 points, 82-73. It has been an incredible second half, or first half, excuse me. It's the very beginning of the second half.
Yes, very much so.
And it was incredible, 0-0.
Yeah, there the Slayer tried to do an apex jump and landed out of bounds and then just decided to call off that jam because Hit a Latte was on the warpath and just catching up real quickly.
Now, if you're just joining us for the second half, we're going to get an official review right away from the Dollstars. If you're just joining us, of course, Irish Hills Bombshells in the green, Downriver Dollstars in the black. We have only seen the Bombshells take the lead once, and that was midway through, almost exactly midway through the first half. But they have kept it tight the entire time. The Dollstars did take that lead back almost immediately. If memory serves me right, and my memory is historically awful, it wasn't the next jam, but it was the one right after that.
You would be correct. It was 2 jams later when they were able to regain that lead.
And they did so with 15 points. I think it was an 11-point gain, I know for sure. So striking back pretty hard, but it did not dissuade the Bombshells, as they have kept it pretty much within that 9 to 11 point spread.
That's Kalamazoo's B team versus the Mid-Michigan Dirty Girls from Saginaw for that area.
And I know we're already we're here and starting at the second period, but want to make sure you guys know that coming up after the Downriver Dollstars and the Irish Hill Bombshells, we've got Ann Arbor C group going against the Lansing B group, continuing the Division II tournament for today. The Ann Arbor B group and the number 5 Team UP, so the Upper Peninsula is coming in at 5:15, and then the end of our evening here on track 2 will be our first state game, which is the reason why I'm here, because it's Team Indiana versus Team Ohio.
Speaking of you, Troublemaker joining myself, Late Night Lyle, who has been dragged down to the depths of roller derby.
You said when we were at first period, you were talking about you said like 7 hours it took you to get here?
It was it was about an 8.5, almost 9 hour trip, but that was with stops. So yeah, 7.5 hour drive.
Where in the world did you come from?
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
It was a flight that took that. No. I drove from Bowling Green, Kentucky, just north of Nashville, where I made my home for a little while. I grew up on the West Coast, but I've been in Kentucky for quite some time, and all of my derby years have been spent with my home in Kentucky.
Fantastic.
So, however, I've had the honor of calling roller derby in almost every state in the United States and a few different countries. So it's been quite a career.
That's fantastic. Well, I definitely take it as an honor and a privilege to get to sit next to you and learn from you today. It's going to be a fun weekend. So
it's going to be great. I hope that I'm able to teach you something. I don't know other than how to not be humble with an ego.
I do theater. I know.
Okay.
I am the best at what I do. I mean, if anything, you might teach me what not to do. So
that's very possible.
While we have this little bit of a review going on, I want to sit there and remind you guys about the Roller Revival as one of our sponsors, plus Chubb Club, which is for your larger type person who gets some nice. They've got like mystery boxes of clothing,
Really?
which I was like, my partner from the last game, she's like, "What is Chub Club?" And I went, "Look on Google yourself." And she just gave me a look, and I went, "I will look on Google for us." And
I'm going to have to look at that myself.
yeah, it's actually very interesting. And then, of course, the Sweet Encounter, Bakery, Cafe, and Classes. I wonder what kind of classes. I'm going to guess not algebra. I'm going to hope it's how to bake stuff.
I liked algebra.
I was a geometry guy.
Really, I hated geometry.
I was the kid in that class that everyone hated because I could sleep in the class and still get the
right?
A's. Yeah.
That's the way I was with algebra.
Yep.
So
Yep. I literally had one of my best friends. She looked at me and she goes, "I just want to let you know I hate your guts in this class."
This is the nerdiest conversation I've ever had on commentary in my entire life.
I am happy to bring that to you. I mean, we got it. We're human here, people. So
Yes, we are.
we don't just do derby.
So we're math nerds.
We're math nerds. I love math. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, everybody just turned off. Like, screw these guys.
Yep, we're done.
Don't care. Let's find out what's going on the other track.
Yep.
Speaking of which, on the other track, as we wait, we do have another game setting up. What do we have coming up
Yeah,
on that track one?
Track one looks like it is. We were talking about it earlier. It is the number 2 game. The Killer Crew versus Mid Michigan is happening over there at getting ready to start here in a couple minutes.
Oh wow, Killer Crew just played.
So it was Kalamazoo. It was first. It was Kalamazoo versus Detroit. It was the number 1 seed versus
that's
DC.
right. That's
so
right.
Kalamazoo was the team that won with 399 points difference.
Starts with a K. It's
Right. I'm right there
early
with
for
you.
me.
I did not have enough coffee when I got here this morning, and then of course, those of you who do follow Derby to totally go to the end of the game. One of the best things that I have ever heard of. Of course, if you follow Derby, there's always the most valuable blocker, most valuable jammer.
Right.
Found out that today for that, we as the announcers actually get to choose. We get to choose the best jam of the game. So I hope you're paying attention, Lyle, because we have to make a decision between the 4 of us here because there are 2 other announcers. There's 2 house announcers that are currently right next to us, and then we also have to choose our favorite player. So they will be winning. The jammer actually is going to be winning some jam, some
actual jam
from the Kutchie family farm, which obviously they must be close.
Raspberry.
They're from Raspberry.
Nobody gives me the raspberry jam.
It's from Warren, Michigan, which I think is fantastic. And then one of our other sponsors donated the fantastic wheelie blocks. So
Fun fact, and this will probably lower the opinion of our listeners. Spaceballs, my favorite movie of all time.
Not going to bother me at all. I happen to love a good John Candy movie.
Out of control out there jamming again from Downriver.
We're going to get back to the action here. 82 to 73, 9-point separation with Otter Control jamming for the Dollstars and Hellcat for the Bombshells.
Outer Control is going to try to extend that lead some more. She's meeting some resistance, but she has scored that lead jammer position.
Hellcat finds her way out as well, trying to mitigate any damage that the Dollstars can do. Trip it. Blocker for the Dollstars heading to the penalty box. The jam will end, and I believe the Dollstar is going to pick up a few points on that. Oh, we'll wait and see. Was that a 0-0? Nope, 4 points. That's what I thought. 4 more points for the Dollstars, making this a 13-point spread. 5 seconds.
Looks like Zero Mercy is out for the Dollstar, and Swoon, excuse me. Oh, but there's that Irish Hills skater, Monsoon, getting her way out there.
You know, Monsoon really had some early success, and then they kind of shut her down in the second half of the first half, the second quarter, if you will. She picks up 1 point there. Oh, 2 points. Picked up the point from the player in the box. So 86 to 75. And we're right back there in that spread that we stay in, that 9 to 11, currently an 11-point difference. It's been consistently that with rare exception, this entire game.
And I think Irish Hills is making sure to keep it that way because they know that it's possible for them to hit that big old block of points. Like, as long as they keep it within that 9, they've been able to be consistent with a lot of points, where the Dollstars have not scored that many points above 10. So
that's true, and because of that, they've been able to stay relatively calm, while the Bombshells are in a little bit more, have to be a little bit more aggressive to try to overcome that.
Very much so.
Sour apple pie. Not picking up any points. Irish Hills Bombshells picking up, oh no, Sour apple pie picked up 3 on that, but the Bombshells picked up 1. So 89-76.
It just makes me wonder when Irish Hills is going to make their move.
It might be right now, as Irish Hills is starting off in a power jam. Hellcat having an opportunity here. Sour apple pie sits in the penalty box. Hellcat trying to get past Squidget. Well, the Dollstars not having any luck. Finds a path on the inside, but gets pushed in.
Yeah, don't get caught on the cut. There's still not a lot of communication going on between the team. They're just, that's going to cause a lot of issues. They're not understanding where the jammer needs to tell her team where she needs them to be.
Power failure as the power jam completely nullified.
So she calls it.
No points for either side.
Yeah, I think there's just a failure of communication going on between both teams. I think if the jammer was listening, or maybe they're just relying on their coach too much to say what they want them to do or something, because...
Could be.
So far, Jams in Downriver has outscored Irish Hills 7-3. Irish Hills picked up a lead in 3 of the 5 games so far this period.
Looks like we got Sour Apple Pie. Sour Apple Pie was already starting with a little bit of a defense and hanging out in front of the Irish Hills.
On swoon, jamming for the Bombshells. Sour apple pie has been out there for quite some time.
She has.
Ducks down as Irish Hills gets too far ahead to block. They're going to have to go to the penalty box. As Pie jukes to the inside of the front straight. Almost gets clotheslined, but battles her way through and picks up 4.
Monsoon made her way around, but she didn't have her star on.
Hidden Star trying to deceive the
Oh,
opposing side.
I hope you saw that, but Sour Apple Pie literally ducked underneath the block attempt from the Irish Hills skater, like literally sat on her heels and went underneath her to make sure she didn't get stopped to score another 4 points.
She's definitely looking to show some favor towards that MVJ award.
Completely agree. It's been really impressive. Hit a Latte has got our lead jam stash from the Dollstars.
See the expression on Hidalante as well, just very serious, very focused. Doesn't mind trading paint.
No, she's been very adamant about sitting there and taking a hit and giving a hit. So, as she calls off that jam, as the Irish Hills jammer gets onto the
4
field.
more points, and now we're starting to see, as a team timeout, very much needed by Irish Hills. Downriver Dollstars 101, Irish Hills Bombshells 76, 25-point spread. They've found their groove. Has Irish Hills lost a little bit of faith?
I think that I'm going to go always back to communication. I think that there's a little, they're not communicating, either team's I've not learned how to talk today. Neither team seems to be communicating enough, but it seems that whatever the Dollstars are doing, what communication's happening is definitely working much more. I think that they're reading their opponents a whole lot better than Irish Hills has been doing. I mean, clearly with the last jam, I mean, that was, what, 8 points?
Right.
So they're telegraphing themselves a little too much, and it's allowing the Dollstars to be able to react faster.
They're taking that consistency and just adding layers to it, which has proven to be extremely effective for the Dollstars. But we have seen the Bombshells be able, as we mentioned in the first half, take huge swings and get huge benefits from it. But at this point, with this 25-point spread, the way the Dollstars have been playing, they're going to need to do one of those big swipes really soon.
Yeah, you don't want the Dollstars have definitely seemed to have been able to monopolize the field. Now, the one thing is that Hellcat has got a pretty empty field. There's only 2 defenders from the Dollstars right now, so
Hellcat can't get through, and that's going to allow Honor Control to be in control of the jam. Hellcat does finally make it through as both jammers on their scoring run.
and just the sheer fact that unfortunately that Hellcat was not able to get the lead status when there was only 2 people from the Dollstars. That's a big miss.
Right now, they need to focus so intently on just getting their jammer out first at all costs, if for no other reason, to take control of the jam and be able to shut down the scoring opportunity of the Dollstars.
Yeah, because the Dollstars at this point with that big of a lead, they can take a little bit more risk and let the jam go around one more time.
When it comes to a battle of brawn, Irish Hills is not quite doing as well as the Dollstars. We see right now, Zero Mercy able to just force her way through the defense.
And Monsoon took the opportunity that Dollstars weren't paying attention to swing by so that she can now start to score. But she takes a quick fall as she's turning around to turn 1, and unfortunately, they called the jam off.
Unfortunately for the Dollstars, there's another 4 unanswered points to Downriver, making it 108 to 76.
Sour Apple Pie's trying to take that lead. I mean, she's
Well, way out of play, unfortunately, not able to do anything to stop Sour Apple Pie.
Nope.
She is extremely slippery. Thayer the Slayer unable to make her initial pass, and that's going to be 4 points.
again. Sour Apple Pie just did a complete bob and weave and ducked around her opponents to score another 4 points. Bombshells has got to figure out they got to be paying attention to what's going on that field to make sure that that doesn't happen.
For the one person out there who doesn't know already, they have done away with the lap point, the jammer lap point the WFTDA has. So that is not, if you're wondering why a 5th point isn't being scored, that's the reason why.
Do you know what year that got dropped?
It was during the pandemic, I believe.
Okay.
So a couple of years ago, but
For Sarah Apple Pie. She said the 2 biggest jams of this half so far, 12 points and 8 points off.
Now, those of you that happen to be listening to us while this is going on, this is the great time to sit there and find a club that's in your area and join, because most of these clubs, they were dark during the time of COVID, and they're now all pretty much getting right back into the swing of things, because this is the first Mitt and Kitten that they've had in a couple of years because of COVID.
it is, and we're starting to see some pretty big crowds. Today we don't, but that's typical for the first day of a tournament. However, I've heard reports that many places are getting sold out crowds at at Derby events around the country. That's great to hear. As much fun as Derby is to watch, it is incredible to be a part of in any sense, no matter who you are, whether you want to skate, officiate, or just help out on the side. See how you can get involved with roller derby in your area.
Oh, yeah.
Pivot for the Dollstars, heading to the penalty box. Hidalate in control for the Dollstars. Gonna add 4 more.
And unfortunately, Irish Hills did not score again.
They did not. And that's gonna bring our score 124 to 76. The Bombshells, which did so well in the first half, not letting the Dollstars run away with this, are now letting the Dollstars run away with it.
They're letting them run away with it. I mean, it's been 5 jams. That they have 4 jams that they haven't scored anything, and so that's a problem, especially when you have a team that is being consistent with their points, like the Dollstars are being.
Right. I mean, it was consistently 9 or 11 point spread. No more than that. I think we saw it as much as 15 at one point, but that was brought back in pretty quickly. And right now, it's a 48-point difference. And that's the kind of difference that we have not seen the Bombshells, even with the kind of big swaths that we were referring to earlier, be able to overcome.
And we just had a star pass from Monsoon to Velma, but it got called before Velma could meet up with the rest of the pack.
3 more points, 7 in total.
That's the time Velma has received a star pass for Irish Hills.
As we edge up on almost 60-point difference. 55-point difference right now. I'm a little surprised. This was not what I was expecting here in the second half.
Maybe we accidentally caused that announcer curse to happen.
Well, it's entirely possible.
And it's happened to the Bombshells of Irish Hills.
Even though the point may be separating, the heart is not. We're seeing the Bombshells still show a tremendous amount of tenacity, as right now they do have control of the jam. It's going to be shut down right there.
Yeah, both jammers were able to get out of that pack just right around the same time. Zero Mercy was able to get that lead jammer, and she listened to her coach right away. Said, "Yeah, just call it off. Don't let them have that opportunity to score anything. Keep them at a 0."
And we've been somewhat critical of the Bombshells here in this second half. However, I have seen this spread switched up before. I've seen somebody come back, teams come back from this sort of deficit on more than one occasion. And certainly the Bombshells, I believe, have it in their capability. It's just going to be very difficult. However, Sour Apple Pie is probably the main weapon right now, making it difficult for the Bombshells to overcome that. Sour Apple Pie has been on the track a lot and stays fresh.
Yes, very much so. For a name with Sour Apple Pie, she's definitely been able to be quite a sweet dessert for her Dollstars.
Only 3 points there, an improper pass. I refuse to call it a no pass, no penalty.
Right.
There is a pass, there is a penalty. I'll argue that till I'm blue in the face, but I've never won that argument.
And Sour Apple Pie finally looks like she gets to take a little bit of a break as we have a switch during this jam.
Right, they just kind of hide in the tall trees and find a path through and try to avoid.
Well, we have this moment. There's not a penalty that sends somebody to the penalty box, but there is a penalty in that you're not scoring a point. You're denied a point. So I've always felt like while the referees have called that a no pass, no penalty, from an announcer's standpoint to our audience, an improper pass is a better terminology that evokes what that means.
Timeout called by our Dollstars.
Things happening this weekend. Instagram, social,
probably giving everybody a chance to catch their breath. Let Sour Apple Pie actually take a break. So just a reminder, everyone at home, we do have sponsors here for the Mitten Kitten X here in Lansing, and RollerCon happens every summer in Las Vegas. Had a couple of friends from the South Bend area. They went out that way, so it was an absolutely fantastic time. They love going every single time. So if you are a Derby aficionado, go check it out.
RollerCon is a tremendous amount of fun. If you've never been and you love Derby, you should go to RollerCon.
Thank you.
Irish Hills lining up in the front here. Pivot line. Leading to a no pass call at the beginning of the jam.
Okay, so we got Monsoon and Seam Ripper. We got a new jammer for the Dollstars.
That's the first time we've seen Seam Ripper.
And she's going to the penalty box, so we're not going to see much more of her for a little bit.
Yep. Power jam opportunity for Monsoon.
But Dollstars are making her work.
They kind of have Monsoon's number, although she does make it out, does have control of the jam.
Now let's see if she can do anything with it.
Cotton Candy Princess, blocker for the Dollstars, heading to the penalty box.
This is the first time we've seen them have lead jam, and they finally scored 4 points. It's been the first bit of points that they've scored in quite a bit of regulation time.
Quick hop on the inside line of the back straight, picks up another 4. And right now, while it's a pretty big spread, this is, at the very least, a shot of enthusiasm in the arm of the Bombshells.
Yeah, because Bombshells now have just scored another 4 points, giving them 12 points for this jam. I guess, and we have a star pass going on here for the Dollstars.
Could we see 16?
I think it's entirely possible. I mean, we've seen them do big points, and they called it with another 4.
Is it?
I think so.
It's at least 3. It's 3.
It's definitely 3, so 15 points. So this has been the big swath that we were talking about, we've been waiting to see. But here's the question. Is it too little too late? Can they use this to build upon it? Can they get another one going? Because I think they can.
It's certainly possible. But what we've seen is the Dollstars able to immediately shore up that and shut that down. However, what we've also seen is throughout the entirety of the first half and the very beginning of the second, a 15-point gain by the Bombshells would have gotten them the lead, and now they're still trailing by almost 50 points.
Honor Control's got our lead jam, and she's just weaving in and out. She stops it before Thayer could make any points. Yeah.
It's a 49-point difference. 2 points picked up by the Dollstars on that jam.
I think right now the Dollstars just have to keep trapping the Irish Hills jammer, and they might have this one.
But certainly it's their game to win.
Yes.
The Dollstars have been, as we've said several times, very consistent. Zero Mercy and Hellcat on the line. Zero Mercy for the Dollstars and Black Hellcat for the Bombshells in green. And it is once again the Dollstars, Zero Mercy in control.
And I think that's another thing that the Bombshells have been having a problem with, is that all of the Dollstars jammers have been very consistent. Maybe not a ton of points, but it's still been very consistent. They've been able to keep in control. I can tell by as they're coming around that they're not getting frustrated as they hit that wall. Bombshells, it's hit and miss with them, unfortunately. But it looks like we had some good communication. We have a good pass, star pass. But she fell out of bounds on the inside.
It does seem like perhaps it is, and this is a bit of speculation on my part, but that the Bombshells are having a difficult time solely in controlling the Dollstars jammer, because where we've seen those big swaths, those big games, where they've been able to capitalize, it's in power jam situations.
Yes. Yeah. The Bombshells have definitely been able to capitalize on their power jams. We just haven't seen them in this second period. So.
The Bombshells have been able to control the opposing pack, but not the opposing jammer, and that's why we're seeing.
Yeah, Sour
play
Apple
that we're
Pie, Honor Control have definitely been doing their job very effectively of being able to get through their opposing, the opposing wall.
That is the biggest jam of the half for Downriver. 15 points, excuse me.
15 points, 15 more points for the Downriver Dollstars, and that's kind of what we alluded to before. The Dollstars, after taking a big hit, usually deliver one back within a few jams. 155 to 91. Just over 9 minutes left in regulation in the second half.
Though I do believe that this was their biggest return in points. Usually they've been under 10. 15 was a big number by them to return back.
It is. Seems like they had a 15-point jam at the end of the first half.
They did.
They did, but well, actually it was the one that they, after they lost that lead, because it was an 11-point gain. Bombshells picked up 4 points, making it an 11-point difference.
Sour Apple Pie doing what she does, dodging and weaving around people. We've got a star pass here going on.
Yeah, the Bombshells just do not have any answers for Sour Apple Pie.
They don't.
She is, pun very much intended, leaving a bad taste in the mouth of the Bombshell. Four more to the score of the Dollstars. There's a game going on track 1. There will be 2 tracks going on this entire weekend. Track 1 currently has a score of 83 to 11.
That's game number. That's our second game. The Killer Crew versus Mid Michigan.
That's right.
Our number 2 seed versus the number 7 seed on the Division 2.
It's I believe Killer Crew is with the 83.
It looks like Velma's looks like Velma has gotten her way through. She is our lead. Looks like Seam Ripper. Yep, it is Seam Ripper trying to get some points for the Dollstars.
Oh, nice. Spin on the outside of turn 2 to pick up an additional 4. 8 points for Velma so far. A Scooby snack awaits her.
Yes, she's definitely got her glasses on, as Velma calls it before Seam Ripper can get there. Zoinks.
101 to 159. Dollstars with the lead. Team timeout taken by the Bombshells. That is the last regular timeout by the Bombshells. Dollstars still have 1.
We've got a charity raffle. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the stream today. Our donations come from the Miners Den Jewelers, Jackie Daniels, Amori's Liquor, Sakali's since they've been around since 1906. Roller Bones is one of our giveaways to our best plays of the game today. Got Jean Berlin, Meg Foldenauer, and Judy Cooper all have given stuff away for the charity raffle. And then, of course, I wondered how we're all feeling here on the announcing team, if we're going to be giving that jam from the Cucci Family Market to Miss Sour Apple Pie. She's been doing a great job.
Well, it's certainly possible. She's doing a great job. I would say that's a strong contender at this point.
Shows all the game starts, all the officiating signals. It's all like for the WTDA website. That's kind of cool.
this jam starts off.
Had a little bit of jammer on jammer action going on at the beginning, which I think that's a great idea, but out of control. Has made her way through.
There's Thayer, the Slayer, for the Irish Hills Bombshells. Both jammers on their scoring run, but it is under control. Well ahead. Picks up 2, but allows 1. Slayer, with some speed, able to add 1 to the Bombshells score.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, if I remember I heard these rules right, lead jammer can call it off, but the opposing jammer still has until that third whistle is blown to be able to score a point.
That's correct, yeah.
So you definitely have to be aware where your other jammer is, so that when you do decide to call that jam, that they can't get in any points within that third whistle blown. Zero Mercy is pushing against the wall of the Bombshells, and it's gotten lead jammer again.
Monsoon having a very difficult time. Finds a line on the inside of the first turn. Star Stash perhaps aiding in that.
Zero Mercy calls it off as Monsoon gets back to the pack.
Big smile on the face of Monsoon, and you always love to see that team who is fighting to try to get back in the lead, but still showing that they're having a lot of fun.
They are. You can definitely tell that both teams are still having a lot of fun, even though there is a bit of a point differential. I think that's probably what had drew me into watching Derby and being a part of Derby, was the fact that you are watching these two teams go head to head, and they are just as much as, yes, they want to win, they want to score the points, they want their team to do the best, but like these athletes, and I say that with all the respect it deserves, when they get got, they applaud it, because it's like it's that camaraderie between all of these athletes that is just so impressive.
Well, I'm talking about getting got.
Wow.
Something that Bombshells have been unable to do.
And Sour Apple Pie. Sour Apple Pie just sitting there and looking through the holes and just finding it. Like, all of a sudden getting that burst of speed and just blasting through the wall of her opponents. And Velma's trying to make her way around to see if she's going to get some points. Sour Apple Pie looks at her coach real quick, but decides to go ahead and get on through. And she does so for another 4. And she's almost caught up to the other jammer. But she calls it.
Well, 12-point gain there for Pie. 8-point difference as Bombshells did pick up 4 of their own. 177 to 106.
Not too much time left, if I'm correct.
Just over 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 15 seconds as I speak the words. So, quite a surprising second half, but I think that we pretty well surmised the reasons.
Yep.
I have thoroughly enjoyed both of these teams, though.
Thayer the Slayer gets to enjoy a power jam as Seamripper hits the box. I did not see what the call was.
Track cut.
That's what I thought. I was like, it seemed like there was a small track cut.
A power jam, and this is what we were talking about before.
Beautiful move there by number 310. Just slid in while no one was paying attention. Rocky Wrecker was able to knock her off her skates.
Living up to her name.
Very much so.
4. 8 points for Thayer the Slayer.
And Thayer made quick work of getting around.
12 now. Looking for 16.
Seamripper did her namesake and just ripped through that wall. So now she's ready to score some points if she gets that chance, but she took off her star.
The jam's going to end there being called by Thayer. with um, 3 more. So another 15, much like the last Power Jam. Making it 177 to 121. Dollstars still have the lead. It's something about that. The Bombshells
2 minutes remaining in
doing
the
a
game.
great job of containing the pack, allowing their jammer to get through, but not doing anything about the opposing jammer.
Not doing anything about the posting. And I get it. You know,
Or much.
there's
anyway.
not much, and it's going to be that communication. I don't think they're really looking and paying attention to what's going on around them. They're not talking to each other.
I don't want to say not anything because
Not
it's not
anything.
300 and some
Right.
to 50, but or 400 and some to 50 as we saw just a little bit ago on track 1.
Which, looking at the other track right now, it looks like the differentiated score is 105 to 24.
Yeah.
That is very impressive.
Speaking of which, the first game there was Kalamazoo versus Detroit. 427 to 52 was that game. In the first game here, Grand Rapids versus Chemical City, 221 to 114, with Grand Rapids taking that win and moving on.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting for see both these how these teams do in this tournament. Yeah, I can't wait to see how Kalamazoo goes against their opponents in the next round. So
Dollstars will be moving on once we have another minute 23 official time expire.
And I know we've also been throwing out some terminology to you guys. We've been talking about jammers and blockers and pivots. So those are the roles of the members of each team. Your jammer is the person wearing the star. They are the only person that can score points for the team. You've got your blockers, which just have the solid color bib on their helmet, and then you'll see a person who has a big solid stripe. That is the pivot. That is the only person that is a blocker, but can also then become the jammer if the jammer is having problems getting through the walls. So you'll
Star
sometimes
pass, we
you'll
mentioned
see that star pass.
a few times.
So you have to have a solid pivot that can be able to handle doing both those things real quick.
We are still in the middle of this official review. This one called by the Bombshells. That will be their very last timeout of any kind. Downriver Dollstars do still have one regular timeout, but they have used their official review close to the beginning of this half.
Coming up after this game, we've got our number 1 seed versus our number 8 seed. We got the C team from Ann Arbor versus the B team of Lansing. Going to happen here on track 2. And then around 4:30 on track 1, we'll have the ST Outlaws. They're the number 3 seed versus the number 6 seed of Lakeshore. Ann Arbor B team versus the Team UP will be at 5:15 here on track 2. Our number 2 seed Lansing A squad versus the Traverse City team will be around 6:15 over on track 1. And then we finally get into the state competitions. My home state, Indiana, going against Ohio at 7 here on track 2. And then Maryland versus Wisconsin over on track 1 about an hour later.
Of course, as I've said before, please, if you're watching from home, share the link for others to enjoy as well, and then encourage them to share it. So you tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on.
Let's break the internet. Let's break the internet with
Yes.
the roller derby.
Let's do it.
There, official review there.
You can have as much fun as us. And also, we said it before, we'll say it again, find your local derby, go support them, show up, be a volunteer, or sit in the audience and cheer. It is a really good time.
If I drove 7.5 hours, they can too.
Right, exactly. I mean, or like I do to go support my local team, a half an hour, 45 minutes,
Don't usually run that far for Derby.
I mean, he wanted to sit next to me.
I did.
He heard stories about this crazy newbie.
You may be new, but you don't sound like it.
I appreciate that, Lyle. We got a power jam situation going for Monsoon.
Monsoon early on was doing extremely well, but has really struggled. Does get out.
But will she be able to score anything before the opposing jammer finally gets back out onto the track? That's what we're going to be seeing here. And here comes Seam Ripper. So, and she does. She gets through. So she, at least the power jam was for, it wasn't for naught.
Right.
We got something on the board. But can Seam Ripper get those points back?
See, now, Bombshells doing a good job. Well, as I say that, Seam Ripper is able to get out. But the jam is going to end. No points for the Dollstars. But
it looks like another 2 points.
So an additional 6 points cutting to the lead of the Dollstars. Going to make it 177 to 127, I believe, although the scoreboard hasn't changed.
And we've got another timeout called by Irish Hills.
We did see those 2 points being held up, but the scoreboard still shows only the first 4. And actually, the scoreboard still shows that we're in an official review. Is this a new official review?
Right. We haven't gotten a lot of conversation from them.
I believe it is. I was looking away. I wonder if this is suggesting that more points were being scored. Either way, we'll find out here in a moment as the officials deliberate. If you are able to join us, we have a couple of fantastic announcers on the house stream as well that we've been enjoying listening to. In fact, there's several times that I've caught information that I couldn't see just listening to them.
Oh, yeah. Very, very knowledgeable, our cohorts from that are next to us.
It's last jam of the game, but let's get some excitement here. Please.
Make some noise.
You
Thank
never
you,
know.
Freddie. Thank you.
You never know. You might see a 51-point jam here. Get excited. Come on.
Yeah. You never know. Stranger things have happened.
Exactly.
While we had a little bit of a lull, make sure that you do check out our vendors. We've got all sorts of vendors. In fact, tonight, after the Ohio and Indiana game, I know myself and I'm sure the team Indiana are going to head over to the Lansing Shuffle. Lansing Shuffle happens to be a food hall and social club that's here in Lansing. They're going to be our spot for the Friday night reception that's happening starting at 9, going on until midnight, and then our after party happening on Saturday. They've got 5 different food vendors. They're open until 11 p.m. Of course, we're going to party a little bit longer because we're cool like that, but check them out. I know there's a spot like them down in Indianapolis that I enjoy, so it's nice to see another city having this fantastic food venue. So I'm thrilled that the Lansing Shuffle is going to be hosting our after parties both today and tomorrow.
And I tell you, if anybody familiar with Lansing, put in the chat where you think I should visit while I'm here. It's my first time in Lansing. It's been a beautiful city. I've enjoyed the time that I had here yesterday, checking a few things out. But if there's anything that you think I desperately need to go check out, a certain restaurant, club, maybe a little hobby store or something. I'm into all things nerdy. So be sure to put those in the chat. And maybe somebody will let me know. I will check them out. Otter control immediately out and immediately shuts it down. And that will bring us to the end of the game as our unofficial final score, 177 to 127. Downriver Dollstars takes the win.
That's fantastic. Yep, they will be playing the winner